Centurio Romanus sum, enolite flere, non comevebitur. I am a Roman Centurion. I do not weep or tremble, but I have wept some bitter tears before this end of week. Yes, I have wept some bitter tears, hot rolling down my cheek, that wet my bed and wet my beard as I was losing sleep. My soldiers aren't well bred, uncouth brutes who spat and struck his head, and thorns were stuck until he bled, and blood soaked his plucked beard red, and on his scarlet robe dark stains of blood appeared. It was my job, just a job, to carry out my orders, to execute, to crucify. I was immune to pain, and to any anguish cry, to pleadings from the worthless lives of those about to die. It was my job to put a man to death, to take his clothes, to take his breath, and cast his broken body by. But as my soldiers cast their lots, and gambled for his seamless smock, and mocked him with sour wine, just at the time of 6th hour watch, as he was near his final breath, and was not long before his death, the sky turned black, the sun had gone. 2 rogues hung there beside him, at first all full of insult, till one who recognized his wrong then turned and made a plea. "Kurios," he said with great respect, "Lord, please remember me when you come into your kingdom." And then his words surprised me. With great compassion in his eyes, "Today you will be with me," he said. "Today in paradise." Centurio Romanus sum, enolite flere non comevebitur. I'm a Roman centurion. I do not weep or tremble. I was right there in front of him. His eyes looked up to heaven. He spoke something to his father, asked that I should be forgiven. And then he soon gave up his ghost. And surely was he not the most unusual man I ever put to death? Not one curse or pleading breath, save once he said, "I thirst." I've stood in front of many, but surely he was the first to chill me to my soul, to make me ask just why this righteous man must suffer and must die. He made a dreadful cry. The sky was black and dark. He cried aloud, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani." It terrified my heart, and as I looked and sat at 9th hour of the watch, and rocks began to shake, so also I began to quake, as darkened sky and splitting rock made portent for his death, with earth's each trembled shock. And when his head had dropped, and all his writhing and his breathing stopped, I cried out, surely this was the Son of God. And when my soldier came, intent to break his legs, but seeing him already dead, he took his spear instead, to thrust and prod into his side, where blood and water flowed right down to the ground, and those around him beat their breasts and slowly disappeared, save only for the sound of wailing women kneeling quite near here. Centurio Romanus sum, enolite flere non comevebitur. I'm a Roman centurion. I do not weep or tremble. My chest has kept a calloused heart for more years than I remember. But now my shield is stripped apart, my tears are freely flowing. A sword is thrust and makes its start on all that is worth knowing. That life I pinned to wood and bark in me is surely growing. Romanus sum centurione, ego plorantibus in consolatione, e tremitis ad verbum eius. I am a Roman centurion. I weep, and at his word I tremble.